Now we are ready with the front end of our project and we need to implement the actual logic. So we are going to have some conditions to decide the strength of the password. So I'm going to make the logic very simple. We will have a strength variable and we will increase the value of strength variable based on the conditions passed. So we will increase the strength by 1 if the password contains at least 5 characters. Again, we will increase the strength if it contains small letters as well as capital letters. Another condition for increasing the strength is if it contains numbers. Then another one is contains one special character and contains more than one special character. Okay. So these are the 5 simple conditions we are going to check for deciding the strength of the password. So if the password contains at least 5 characters, we will increase the strength. If it contains both small letters and capital letters, we will increase the strength. If it contains numbers along with small letters or capital letters, we will increase the strength. If it contains one special character, we will increase the strength. And if it contains more than one special character, we will increase the strength. And based on the strength, we will decide whether it is short, weak, good or strong. That is the basic logic. So I am going to make use of regular expressions to implement this part. So what we need to do, we are going to define a function and we will call that function as soon as the password is entered. So we can call that function on the key up event of the password text box. So what is the name of the text box? Its ID is password. So how we can write it? We can write $password. I want to call it on the key up. So each time a character is entered, the key up event will be triggered so that we can check the password there. And within this we need to have a function and we are going to define a function and we need to call this function within this, right? So let's have the function as function check password and we need to pass the password to this function and we can write our logic within this function. So we need to call this function on the key up check password and what will be its password? It will be the value entered within this text box. So let me copy this dot val. This will give the value of the password entered. So for the time being, suppose I write alert password. What will happen? Let's see that. Let me save. Let me refresh. Let me enter something A. See, we are getting A. Suppose I enter B, we will get AB. Okay, so we are getting the password here. Now we need to write the logic. So let me have a variable called strength with value 0. Okay, and there should be at least 5 characters. That is a logic. That is the password should contain at least 5 characters. So what we can do here, if password dot length is greater than or equal to 5, then we can increase the value of strength by 1. Okay, so let me increase the value of strength by 1. This will increment the value if the password's length is greater than or equal to 5, which means there should be at least 5 characters and then only we will do the checking and all. Next, we are going to implement the next logic. We are going to write it within this if because this is the basic condition. There should be at least 5 characters. Okay. So the next condition is it should contain small letters as well as capital letters. So how we can check it? I'm going to use the regular expressions. If password dot match, what should I write? The password should have small letters as well as capital letters. So within this, I can write within slashes, I need to have bracket and within square brackets, I can write A to Z. This is for small letters, right? Next, I also want to have capital letters. So I can write and then let me copy up to this and paste it here and change this to capital A hyphen capital Z. So what will happen now? It will check whether the password contains A to Z as well as capital A to Z, that is any of these characters, because we are putting A hyphen Z. So if it contains any one small letter and any one capital letter, this condition will pass, right? So in that case, we can increment the value of strength by 1. So strength plus plus. So suppose I display the value of alert strength. We can see what is the strength each time. Okay. So let me save this. Let me refresh. Let me enter A. Strength is 0. Why? There should be at least 5 characters. So okay. Again it will be 0. Okay. I'm entering small letters in fact. Okay. Okay. Now if I enter one more, it will be 1. Why? Now there are 5 characters. So the strength is increased by 1. Now suppose I enter a capital letter. It has become 2. Why? Because it contains now small letters as well as capital letters. Okay. Now for the time being, let me remove this so that you can see what I am entering inside. So let me refresh. Let me enter A 0, A again 0, D again 0, E again 0. Suppose I enter capital G now. What will happen? The strength became 2 because there are 5 characters. So the strength is increased by 1. And there are small letters and capital letters. So again the strength is incremented by 1. This is the logic. Next, what we want to check? We want to check if it contains numbers as well as characters. Okay. So let me copy this and paste it here. And here I want to have A to Z, that is small letters or capital letters. And here I want to have 0 to 9. Now what will happen? If it contains a number, then the strength will be again incremented by 1. Let's see that. Let me refresh. Let me delete this. Okay. Then enter capital F. Okay. Then 4. Okay. Now it is 0. Why? Though I have capital letter and also a number, it is 0 because there should be at least 5. Then let me enter small letter 0. Again capital F 0. Now if I enter one more character, what will be the strength? The strength will be 1 as there are 5 characters. The strength will be 2 as there are small letters and capital letters. And the strength will be 3 as there is also a number. Let me see that. Let me enter just P. See, the strength is 3 now. Hope you understand the logic. It is very simple actually. Until the characters become 5, we will not increment the strength. And once it becomes 5, it will check and increase the strength if it has both small letters and capital letters. And also it contains a number. Okay, now we have implemented up to this. That is, it contains numbers. Then if it contains one special character, we are going to increment it by 1. So how we can check it? Let me copy this. Okay, and let me remove this because I just want one special character. So within this, I can enter the special characters to increase the strength. So let me enter exclamation. That is, I'm going to enter all the special characters on the top of the numbers. On the top of 4, it is $. On the top of 5, it is %. On the top of 6, it is this sign. On the top of 7, it is ampersand. On the top of 8, it is star. Then I want to allow underscore. Then I also want to allow tilde. And I also want to allow question mark. So I want to allow these many characters and increment the strength by 1. So let's check it now. Let me refresh. Let me remove this. Strength is 0 now. Let me enter A 0. A 0. Then R 0. 0. 0. Let me enter H. Now it became 3. Why? Now it contains 5 characters. So strength is 1. Small letters and capital letters. So strength is 2. Then also a number. So strength is 3. Now let me enter a special character. Ampersand. See, the strength is again incremented. So now the strength is 4. And I also want to have one more condition, that is, if the password contains 2 special characters, I want to again increment the strength by 1. So how I can check it? It is a bit complicated. That is, the condition to be checked is a bit complicated. So let me copy this, paste it here, and we can have the special characters consecutively or not consecutively. Okay, so how I can check the condition? If I specify dot star here, what does it mean? There can be 0 or more characters at the beginning. That is, it can start with some characters, numbers, or even with special characters. Then again dot star, which means after this there can be 0 or more characters, and again this. So what will happen now? In fact, this will be matched if the value is a hash or a hash hash or even hash a hash or hash hash, anything like that. That is, before the special character there can be 0 or more characters, and after the special characters there can be again 0 or more characters, and then again a special character, which means there should be at least 2 special characters to match this condition, and that 2 special characters can come together or can come at different places, that is, after having some characters in between. So this condition will check if there are 2 special characters in the entered password or not. In that case also we want to increment the strength. So let's see that condition. Let me refresh. Let me delete this. Okay, let me first enter a special character 0. Why? There should be at least 5. U, again 0. Capital I, again 0. Then a number, again 0. Now if I enter a special character, what will be the strength? The strength will be 5. How? If there are more than 5 characters, the strength will be incremented by 1. So the strength is 1. Then again, if there is a small letter and a capital letter, again the strength will be incremented, which means 2. If it contains a number, the strength will be incremented, which means 3. If it contains one special character, the strength will be 4. And if I enter one more special character, the strength is 5. So here we have checked all these 5 conditions. That is, at least 5 characters, contains small letters and capital letters, contains numbers, contains one special character, and contains more than one special character. So based on this, we have got the strength. So here we have used regular expressions to check the conditions. This is for whether it is containing capital and small letters. This is to check whether it contains number along with the capital or small letters. This is to check whether it contains one special character, and this is to check whether it contains 2 special characters at least. Okay.